Hey guys, it's Doc, and today we're going to talk about a mistake that a lot of people make when it comes to the springtime Bermuda and the first green up, and a mistake that you make in general over the next couple months about not cutting enough. We're going to talk about that real quick, so hold on. Hey guys, I'm going to take you on a first cut. I'm going to show you the first cut back here. I'm going to take you out front. I'm going to show you the difference between a couple of different lawns, which is actually kind of cool. You want to watch that. Look at my front, look at my back, look at barbs, look at the different lawns, see the differences there. But we're going to talk about a big mistake that people make, and that is not cutting often enough. A lot of times you'll have some pieces that are long, a lot of areas that are short, and you really need to start cutting. So I want you to start cutting now more often. Okay, before I get started real quick, number one, I'm probably gonna be wearing shades because I got this eye thing going on. If you didn't watch the last video, I always get, once a year, I get an eye infection over in here because of the duct issue I've got, and it's pretty ugly. So it's new, it looks good with the beard there. Do me a favor, number one, click the subscribe button. Oh yeah. Because I've got 7 videos up including all kinds of stuff like the new organic lawn material that I'm talking about. That's $13 for 50 pounds. I'm gonna talk. We're gonna do a video on that here in the next couple days. So click subscribe. In the description below, there's a link to a page. Now that takes you to our website and everything I'm talking about here. So if you need the Bermuda Lawn Guide, which has the Bermuda calendar, it's there. If you need PGF Complete, it's there. Pre-emergence there. The new spreader from Anderson's is out. I'll put that up there. I'll put all those links on that page, just stuff that I'm talking about today. With all this stuff that's going on with the virus and stuff, just remember Amazon is shipping. The only problem is they're not taking in new shipments from manufacturers unless it's a health or food related item. So that's why everything's getting kind of backed up, just so you know. I talked to Anderson's this morning, said give me a realistic date. They said probably another 4 weeks, just based on everything that's going on. You gotta be patient. So don't worry, Humichar will be out. We'll be putting it out all summer long and even into the fall. But life is what it is. There's PGF Complete. You've got to get out your PGF Complete now. Put it down. I'm putting mine out. The first application I'm putting out at 1.5 times the bag rate. And then after that, every 3 or 4 weeks during the growing season, I'll put it out at the bag rate. If you want to get some Humic DG, I'll put a link in the description below for Humic DG. Go ahead and put out some Humic DG until you can get the Humichar. But real quick, I wanted to take you out front. I want to show you the difference between, maybe I'll show you Barb's lawn, my front lawn, and then the back lawn. A lot of people ask, when should I start cutting? Now, I've already scalped my front and back, so we're all set there. And now it's just a question of, should I cut when I don't see green grass everywhere? So let me show you. Okay, so this is what my front yard looks like. I'm starting to see that green haze after the scalp pop up everywhere. But most people wouldn't cut this, but I'm going to, and I'll tell you why. See how I've got some areas here where I've got long blades up here, and then I've got areas of brown. You want to keep cutting this grass consistently. So you want to consistently cut, and let this other grass catch up to it. The big mistake a lot of people make is they don't keep cutting it and they let it get too long. All right, so as another example, let's go look at Barb's lawn. I didn't scalp hers real short because she has common Bermuda, and I don't know that I'm gonna real cut it real low this year, but let me show it hers. So you can see that green patch over there, and I believe that's common Bermuda coming up faster than the sod. I believe that area has a little bit of common in it. But you can see what hers looks like. Probably a lot like most of you right now, if you're in this area. All right, so now I'm gonna take you to the back, and I have to explain the back if you're not used to this. The back, last fall, we played around with keeping the grass really short, and we left it that way all through the winter. And what we found is that because the Bermuda was so close to the ground, it sort of hovered in that ground, and that soil temperature kept our Bermuda greener longer, and it's turning greener faster. I'm gonna start keeping my Bermuda shorter all year, I think, to be honest. Just because I don't have to do that, I don't have to go through that big scalping process. It's not so hard. But look at this back here. This is kind of shocking. Now, I know what everyone's going to say. I have no weeds out front, no poana. Out back, I did a light coat of pre-emergent. I really didn't do a good job with pre-emergent. I didn't care. I have patches of poana, so you're going to see that all through the video. It's dying off, but whatever. So I'm getting ready for a first cut. Now, what has my lawn had? Well, I kept it short. I've put down Humichar, and I've put down PGF Complete, a little bit heavier than the bag rate, and I sprayed with Super Juice. That's what I've done. That's it, pretty much. That is looking really nice. Now this is March, what is this? I don't even know what day it is. March 20th? Yeah, March 20th, because I just wrote a check to the Homeowners Association. March 20th, I know for a fact. And you know, this is just amazing. I could actually come out. If this was a golf course, I'd love to play this thing. Okay guys, so I'm gonna take you on this first cut now, but there's something important that I want you to learn from this, and that is, I see so many people in the springtime just not do anything to the grass until it's like, you know, 2 or 3 inches tall. You want to really make sure that if you want to have, let's say you want to keep your Bermuda at 1 inch during the year, I want you to start cutting at 1 inch. So you may have some areas like I do that are not going to be growing as fast and are going to be brown. Don't let that stop you from cutting. You got that? That's my main point today. As soon as a large portion of your grass, or a good amount of it, is past that wanted cutting height, that's where you want to start cutting. You want to start cutting and start cutting. And I know it's kind of a pain to be cutting areas that don't really need to be cut, but that's what I want you to do. I want you to start cutting it, and that way you keep it at that height. One of the big problems with Bermuda with people is letting that grass get above the height that your desired maintenance height. Unfortunately that's Bermuda grass. That's what it is. So anyways, let's get fired up. Let's cut a little bit. Don't forget, subscribe and use the Bermuda Lawn Guide. So this is a pleasant sight. This is what life's about. Everyone's locked inside, everyone's on lockdown, and we're spending some time with the family. We just ordered some good food, some barbecue. We spent time cutting the grass. Everything's nice and pretty. And as you can see, the lawn's starting to kick in. First cut. Whew. Hey guys, so actually it's the next morning, and I came out here to just kind of show you the finished product. It looks pretty good. So like I said, don't don't let your Bermuda get ahead of you. You stay ahead of your Bermuda and keep cutting and keep cutting. Now, let's talk real quick about this off and on rain pattern that we're having. This really is a good time to get down your lawn care products, especially like your PGF Complete. PGF Complete loves to be damp. All fertilizer loves to be damp and wet. So you get a rain, then you get some sun, you get some rain, you get some sun, and that's the perfect fertilizer weather. That fertilizer is working down in microbial action. We're having a little bit of microbial action probably with these days in the 80s, but it's not a time for organic fertilizers. So I want you to understand that the reason why you do not use an organic fertilizer this time of year is organic fertilizers need to be digested for them to work, and they just are very, very slow in the spring. You do not use an organic fertilizer in the spring if you use organics. We just use PGF Complete now, and we're using the Humichar, and we'll be putting down this cheap organic matter to add organic matter to our soil. We're not using it necessarily as a fertilizer. We're adding that organic matter. I'm going to be shooting that video. I was going to shoot it today, but I think we might get some rain. So hit that subscribe button and make sure your bell is turned on. And that way you'll get notified when I put up that organic video that everyone's been wanting. So, and I'll tell you exactly how to get it. Again, it's about $13 a bag for 50 pounds. But I like it. It's looking pretty good. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.